Just goofy. Goofy as fuck. All that shit for nothing. This motherfucker. These motherfuckers kill me, man. Them motherfuckers just want me to see him that bad. They just want me to see him that motherfucking bad. Hey, what's going on, Alan? Hope all is well, bro. Dealing with sjpd's goofy crop. They're predictive policing, psychological warfare rats. Yeah, the weather is nice, man. Not too hot, not too cold. It's like perfect. The day is pretty much ending right now, though. So, hey, what's going on, D-Ray? Hope, likewise, bro. Likewise. They got that sound you guys hear. I know it might sound kind of crazy, irritating. That's my dogs and shit. They're just licking themselves and shit. Oh, fucking weirdos. This dude got a backpack that says girls on the back of it. That's how fucking... Oh, Lord. This is crazy, man. This world has been taken over, man. One tail light and noise campaign like a motherfucker. Oh, man. They're around. This dude keeps coming back and forth. Like, this dude really wants me to look at him and shit or some shit. He just walks right back and forth. First he rides, then he comes. Not that dude right there, but this dude that's about to appear in the camera pretty soon. Him. This fucking weirdo. He just really wants me to see him. You get cheap fishing rod and tackle and find a nice lake to fish. It's good to be. Oh yeah, man, I love fishing, bro. Look at him. Here he comes again. And he just really wants me to look at him with his bike. What you gonna do? A 360 now? What you gonna do now? What are you waiting for your handler? The sweeper. The sweeper. For those that don't know who the sweeper is, that's the girl that was sweeping shit. It's on my other channel though. With her ass hanging out. This is either her handler or she's in. Look at the nice white bag she happens to have in her hand. That's what they've been harassing me with, is fucking bags. You know, and sometimes it'll look regular, and then other times it'll just be like, come on, man. You guys are doing too much. Look at them, the three fucking stooges. Did you? Yeah, I was saying, yeah, I like fishing, man. I like fishing. Yeah, man, that's like Man, that's like the perfect. Man, that's like perfect. Nature, have some good marijuana, fishing pole. Fuck, man. Somewhere you could get away from these motherfuckers, man. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Did you guys see the T.I. in China who made the news about being mind controlled by the government? Nah, I didn't see that. Um, what I had, look at them. Look at these fucking weirdos. This is what I'm bombarded with. This is the clown shit that I'm bombarded with. Nah, it's to fuck off your senses, to fuck my senses off and shit, cause they do weird shit, so I gotta be looking all around, crisscrossing and shit all around me and shit. It's crazy, man. It's insane. Nah, I didn't hear about the guy who made the news in China, but I've been seeing a lot of corporations, if you will, like the military. Some military people said they were being mind controlled. People, I think it was eBay. People that were working at eBay said they were under the predictive or whatever domestic terrorism part of it, gang stalking. Yeah, man, a lot of shit is coming to light. A lot of shit is coming to light. They still got their agents coming on here though, trying to make us look crazy, but it's like crumbling. It's crumbling in their faces, cause well, I'm not gonna say all of us, but I mean, all of us that don't work at those corporations and shit, we really don't have a voice. But eBay and all that, that's them, the motherfuckers. They know the whole ordeal about this shit pretty much. Especially the military, they know what the fuck is going on. Hey, what's going on, JT? That clown earning that good. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, well, Christmas is a long time away, but just to get some new clothes or some new shoes or whatever, fuck, to be able to shop at Target, the motherfuckers do anything. I love it. I've come to realize there's nothing, as much as I try and ignore it, they're willing to fucking get hit by cars and shit just to make me recognize them and shit. So it's no. I don't have that much patience to be trying to fucking, these people are weirdos. It's AI satanic cult. Hey, what's going on, Christina? It's AI and satanic cults using military weaponry. Anyone on foot against us is just a mind control puppet one. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man. It's crazy. The thing I don't get is I know they do have the military weapons to, voice out for them to do certain shit. Like maybe turn in a different direction and shit like that. Or scratch their head or, speak in their ears and shit like that. But you know, it's just some things I don't get, and like I can't, you know, like walking with your butt hanging out and shit. Like, you know, there's the subconsciousness to where you know, it could really be your thoughts, and then there's the fucking, you know, shit that I don't understand how they make them do it, and they just fucking, you know, common sense kicks into where you know your ass hanging out your pants just ain't. It ain't the thing to be doing. You know, like there's no, you know, subtle subconscious to see this fucking weirdo. That's the ass sweeper right there behind my fucking van doing all types of wicked witch laughing and shit. But but yeah, like certain shit just like you gotta stop and say, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you know, it should become a fucking recognition. Like, you should be able to recognize certain shit that ain't you, or, you know, that you wouldn't be doing. And in that case, it's something that you really, really, really wouldn't be doing. Like, I don't know. These people are just, I don't know, it's just, oh man. It's almost like they're remote control, like they're not even human, like they're fucking robots. Or some fucking, you know, wetsuit on top of something. But definitely, like, not human. Why did you make a new YouTube channel? Just curious. Oh, because they locked me out of my old one. Somehow they got my password. And I used the password, well, I've changed up a few of them, but I used the same password for, you know, everything pretty much. So I don't, for that purpose, so that I don't forget it. So I know it wasn't, you know, on my part that I forgot it. But they've been doing shit like that. When I was doing my lives and shit, they would cut your guys' comments off. Like, I couldn't see the comments anymore. Sometimes they just fucking turn the live off. Like, they, you know, they just fucking go right in. Like that. I think they've done this one a couple times, but the other channel, well, I know they take the words off of it sometimes. Like, your comments, they can still do that. But as far as just, like, cutting the live off and shit like that, they can't, well, they haven't yet. They haven't done that. Or they probably, I think they have once, but I don't know. I don't know if it's through the third party app, like, you know, if so many people complain about that shit, that they look into it or whatever, but yeah, the other channel and shit, they was cutting my lives off and shit, and then, you know, briefly after that, they fucking got in and switched up my password and shit. Yeah, they're trying to get my dogs erratic. Notice how they'll stop right there. Let my dogs get a good view of them. They're really fucking funny. Oh, now you're gonna turn the other way. Because be recording is gonna make you really turn the other way. Goofies. See how they walk way in the... I got this zoomed up too. I got that zoomed. They walked way over here to stop right there so that my dogs could see their dogs and go crazy. And then what do we have here? Is this a man or a woman? Is that a man or a woman? Looks like a man to me. This shit is fucked up, man. This shit is fucked up. Yeah, it came over my phone on one of the news channels. Oh, like wow. Yeah, that channel right there. That's like 10 years, man. That's like a 10-year-old channel right there. Ten years of this fucking bullshit. Look. The perp patrol. The perps on patrol. And they just fucking, you know. The real stew pigeons. I'm not doing anything though. I'm not fucking doing anything. Those are the real fucking stool pigeons right there. You don't fuck with no real stool pigeon. They can say anything and get you put in the back of a police car. Fuck. This is crazy, man. You guys just don't understand. Like, this past week, complete fucking soft terrorism, if you will. Psychological terrorism. And they sit across the street and cackle like witches. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And since I've been here, the fucking police go over there to them. They went over there. It's like the third time that they fucking been over there. And they look at me, and then the lady walks across the street and talks to the cop. And then fucking the cop drives off slowly. It's crazy. This is why you look this goofball. This shit is crazy, man. I wish you guys could see the fuckers when they fucking before I put the camera on them, man. They just walk by giving you evil ass looks and shit. Sorry about my windows. It's insane. It's fucking insane, man. Oh shit. Hold on, you guys. I can't see the comments. Let me see if I can get them back up somehow. Yeah, zombies for real. Zombies for real. Hey, what's going on, Messi? The Night of the Living Dead? Definitely. Do you ever feel like giving up? Not so much as giving up. I be feeling like doing something to him sometimes. Like, if that, I guess that would be giving up. Just saying fuck it and doing something. But as far as like giving up and fucking ending my life, or giving up and fucking just like sitting down and letting them do whatever they want to do, like nothing like that. But I do at times. Like sometimes it gets to the point to where I can't even record them because, like, I just don't want to fucking pay attention to them because it's just like some of the stupid shit they do, like that, like, they'll get, like, when I'm recycling and shit, they'll get real fucking close to me and shit sometimes, like, and, you know, humanly respectful, not to do something like that. I mean, law-wise and shit, is it against the law to be walking close to somebody and shit? I can't really say that's, respectfully distancing yourself, I mean, that's just common sense, but, is it breaking the law for somebody to fucking, be all in your fucking personal space and fucking, acting not so much aggressive, but aggressively friendly? If it, not aggressive in like a, excuse me, excuse me, that's legitimate. Not aggressively in a, like they're gonna cause harm to you or anything, but like aggressively friendly. And then you ask them if you could, please move and shit like that, and they're fucking just fucking smiling, playing stupid, like they don't, like, they just want a fucking friend or some shit, that type of weird shit. And then, like, they do shit like they, it fucks with your head because they'll have somebody fucking come all in, well, not in your space, but like, I'm not trying to talk to nobody, I'm fucking recycling, you feel me? Like, I'm not, you're like, alright, can you please leave? And because they be talking crazy and shit. And, then they start sending a bunch of them. They start fucking, they just be walking all over the place and shit. And they all be talking friend, like, that's how you know they're fucking connected, because, I'm out here at fucking 2 and fucking 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock and 5, like, ain't nobody gonna be coming up to you, walking up and acting all friendly and shit like that. Not like the fuck they do. Like, ain't nobody gonna fucking be doing that shit. And then, on top of that, all of them that do it, like, it's too many. And, it's just fucking weird. So sometimes I just can't, sometimes I gotta, take a break from the camera, if you will, because I know, like, I'll fucking, I don't know, like, sometimes I just gotta completely, like, I do have my shutdown moments where I'll ignore them and try and recollect my fucking senses and all that shit, but, yeah, for the most part, though, I know, like, I'll never give up, like, unless they fucking kill me or fucking lock me up in jail or some shit like that, but as long as this program exists, I'm not fucking gonna fucking just bow down and let them do whatever they want to do. Shit, I wish I could do more, man. I wish I could fucking, you know. Shit, if I fucking, like, I try, and not so much to be like fucking like some superhero or some shit like that, but it's not just what everybody else is going. I'm going through the same fucking shit. You feel me? So, I try and hop out there as far as I can, like, but I got these damn dogs, and, and I know, like, if I get locked up, like, it's gonna be all fucked up. Like, if I didn't have these dogs, I definitely would do a whole lot more, but like, if I knew, like, I had a family member or somebody that was fucking, not a part of this fucking shit that would watch them and shit, like, I'd fucking do a whole lot more, man, but yeah, man, you can't, you whenever you feel like giving up, man, I think that's a form of depression, and all you gotta do, man, is just sit back, recollect your senses, and, you know, think about it, strategize, you know, figure out different ways to deal with it, man, and, you know, don't stop researching, you know, when in any area that this shit is fucking with you, man, psychologically, physically, just don't stop until you know, at least find something to make it a little bit better. And then it, you know, as fucked up as this shit is, you know, it becomes like second nature to be able to deal with it. Like, if you think, I don't know how far you're into this, but like, you know, before I was going through this program, like, I thought I was fucking, I thought fucking, you know, mentally fucking, like, I had fucking, you know, I had control over my actions and my emotions and shit like that. Like, you know, I felt like there was nothing anybody could do to make me, you know, act out in any way that I did not want to act out in. For instance, if somebody was to call me a bitch, I could sit and fucking, you know, I took a great pride in I don't know why, but I took great pride in being able to fucking sit and reason it out and say, should I do this or should I not? And not because I was fucking scared or fucking, you know, I was afraid of getting beat up, or, you know, if I said something back or, you know, attempted to fight back, it was just like, you know, I could sit and for some reason I fucking gave prison I gave prison the fucking credit for that. But from that time, from the time of me getting in this program or realizing that I was in this program up until now, like, I know now that, man, I had no idea. Like, these people have fucking yanked me out of my character so many times. They fucking, you know, man, they literally fucking played ping pong with me in the beginning for a long fucking time. Until I started fucking, you know, I started figuring, or, you know, just searching, listening to other targeted individuals and fucking, you know, researching and shit and learning their game and all that fucking bullshit. And that's when I fucking just, like, I snapped out of that fucking bullshit and I started interviewing the motherfuckers and shit. Like, I was really doing it to get them, like, I knew it wasn't the people on the ground, except, like, the rich people maybe, but, like, the homeless people, I knew there was no fucking possible way that they could have formed, because I was thinking a bunch of shit. So, you know, one of the things I was thinking, like, what the fuck, like, you know, did I do like, I'm out here, like, and, you know, I've gotten into a lot of fucking confrontations or what have you, but, like, there was just, like, no fucking possible way. Because in the beginning, that's all I was seeing is fucking the homeless people. They were just sending the homeless people at me. Like, I had no fucking idea the fucking neighborhood watch and all that shit. You know, like, I just thought, like, it was some type of fucking thing where the Fed, like, the police were fucking, look at the one tail light. The police were fucking, having the fucking homeless people fuck with me. But then I was thinking, like, there's no way that, they could form this fucking shit. Like, I'm looking for earpieces in the ear and shit, because it was crazy. Like, the shit they were doing, like, I would just turn. Like, for instance, I would turn, and they fucking would have a dude just, like, bent over right in my fucking eyesight. As in my eyesight. And this is when, this is the good old days in the beginning of the targeting, when they bent over, like, they were having their asses out like fucking baboons and shit. Like literally. They were literally looking like fucking baboons, man. And man, it's man. Yeah, so that shit was driving me, to the point of having to search this shit and research it. I thought it was, because people were telling, um, people were saying stuff about the gay mafia. Like, I was seeing a lot of that shit on, like, on, like, YouTube, because I watch a lot of, like, reviews and shit like that. And I think even Alex Jones was saying something about the gay mafia and all of this shit. And I started fucking typing that shit in, and because I was seeing a bunch of dudes showing me their asses and shit. And it was a lot of gay. If you guys look at my channel in the beginning, I was getting a lot of gay people, like, and like I would interview and record them. And like one of them almost threw a bike at me and shit. Like he was a gay dude, but he was a strong. He was a strong ass gay dude. He had fucking picked up the bike and was ready to throw that motherfucker. Like, they was sending a lot of fucking, and they were like big dudes though, like big fucking dudes. And I don't know if they were, all of them necessarily were gay, but you gotta. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can, like, if the money is good enough or something, but I don't see how a gift card could have a motherfucker walking with his ass hanging out, man. I don't know. I left a comment, but it's not there. Yeah, man, they do wipe off comments. Just leave it again, bro, and I'll get to it. God bless you, Nappy. I appreciate that, Messi. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's to the point to where, I have my moments, man, but this is just like a part of life now. Like, you just gotta adapt to it until they fucking end this shit. Like, maybe we'll be lucky enough to be like the generation that was going through this shit and they had to end it, or go underground for a little bit, make up some names and fucking take that. That's they they did it the smart way now. Like, I've been researching that predictive policing shit, and it's predictive policing, but they got them under so many different names, man. I think they got one like under RAD. They got like, all of it's different. Like, you got community on patrol. They just got hella different names for it. Like, so I think they did that to where if you shut one, but it's like an umbrella of fucking different names for the same shit. And if they shut down one, like, it should fall up under, all the shit should fall up under that umbrella. But I noticed in certain places that they're shutting it down. So, like, I don't know. I know Santa Cruz is supposedly supposed to have been shut down. Like, they're gonna still do what they do, but legally, like, it's not supposed to be going on. BBC News Channel. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hey, what's going on, planet? How dare you be happy, nappy? No, I'm just not sad, bro. I'm just not. I'm past the letting these people tap into my emotions like that. But again, like, I do have my moments and shit. I do have my moments. I let it build up. I guess I let it build up. And then, yeah. But as far as, like, that they can't, how do you say? Of course, if they do something serious enough, but just with these little fucking games and shit, like, certain things that they do, the one headlights, all that fucking weird shit, the goofies, the foot patrol soldiers, the stool pigeons, the liars, all that shit, like, I don't even care no more. Like, in the beginning, like, I was, like, because I heard all the shit that they go around telling people about us and shit, and I was really fucked up about that shit, like, like, that shit really pissed me off. And then one time, like, I was bitter. Look at the no license. I was hella bitter, one time, because they fucking sent some fucking dude, like, as I'm fucking recycling, some dude, I'm recycling, I get back in the fucking van, and fucking dude hops in the van. This is when I had my other van and shit, so it was kind of bigger. And I didn't have a sliding door, like the side doors were, you open them like the regular front and the front door. And fucking dude opened up the fucking side door and was like, "Where are the girls? Where are the girls at? Where are the little girls?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he would. And this shit was crazy because dude was hella drunk, but he ran outside of a boxing gym. And this is like a community boxing gym and shit. And he was hella drunk. And he's telling me, "Where are the fucking girls? Where are the fucking girls?" And he's yelling that shit out. And it's hella people around. So, like, I don't know, like, I take that shit. I don't. Because, I've been to places, like, where people don't play about that shit. And it's just not, it's not something that you do is fuck with fucking kids and shit like that. You just don't fucking do that. And anybody that does should be fucking, I'm not God, but, something very fucking tragic, like, very fucking serious should happen to you. So I would understand. I would definitely understand if somebody fucking did something to me behind something, somebody went and fucking said, because, people get fucked up for a lot, a lot fucking less than fucking with kids. And so that shit really had me fucked up, like, fucking to the point to where, like, I was really fucking ready to fucking, like, well, you know, in my mind, kill one of these motherfuckers and just, cause I know, like, if I, you know, I just knew I couldn't fucking, you know, go on with these fucking people fucking, and not saying go on as fucking living my life, but, you know, go on fucking dealing with this shit without any repercussions, you know, behind that shit, man. And when dude fucking just ran and opened the door to my shit and said that shit, man, that shit, you know, that took me to a whole nother, like, that evolved, like, right there is when I fucking, I started fucking evolving my shit up and, you know, getting some type of fucking, you know, I was buying machetes and fucking, I was, you know, there's this liquor store that sells all types of fucking, like, fancy fucking Indian knives and shit. They don't look like no regular fucking, you know, pocket knife and shit. They're like fucking, they're knives, but they're like, you know, they're a decent size. They're like fucking bone crushing knives and shit. They're really fucking like, and they got nice, like really fucking nice designs on them and shit. Like, you know, they were fucking nice and shit. Like, I started buying up hella shit. And I think because I had got stabbed. I got stabbed by the lady prior to that, but I wasn't tripping like that as far as like, you know, I needed protection or anything. You know, it was I figured it was just like a crazy lady and shit. Like, you know, like, you know, I knew they sent her at me, but, you know, like, if you guys would have seen her, she wasn't, you know, like, you can look in their eyes and tell if they're fucking really crazy or if they're not. And she was fucking crazy. That wasn't no, you know, that wasn't no fucking act. So it never really, you know, came to the point as far as protection or protection on that level. But once that dude fucking opened up my van door and shit, I fucking called the police station. And I fucking told the police station what's happening. And I fucking told them, like, you know, I'm gonna start buying some fucking knives and shit. And, you know, like machetes and shit. And I was, you know, I asked them, like, what, you know, what the fuck, like, you know, first of all, is it legal for me to have them? And then, you know, I'm not on parole, I'm not on probation. Can I have these knives and shit? And fucking, you know, I started buying up hella fucking, I started buying machetes, fucking, all that shit. You know, I called it, you know, I called because I told her, the lady, I'm gonna be having them on me, like, you know, and is it legal for me to have them on me and shit? And she said, yeah, you can have them on you. And, and she, you know, I don't know, like, if she thought I was stupid or whatever, but she was like, it wouldn't be smart to have, because I told her I'm gonna get the everything, the shit that you put on your belt buckle, so that it could be fucking, you know, visible, so that the, you know, if the police ask me if I have any weapons, they can clearly see that there's a fucking machete on me. But the lady was like, nah, I wouldn't recommend that you walk around with it. I was just hanging off, hanging. I wouldn't recommend you just have it hanging off your belt. You know, you might want to hide it, just, you know, for public, so the public won't be alerted. But, you know, I'm not that stupid. Hit the gas and don't lash nor pass. Yeah, man. Man. It would be a beautiful thing if I could do that, man. And you know, this, and it's starting to sound like an excuse now. It probably is, but, you know, if it is an excuse, it's a damn good one, because Like, these people are fucking, they pretty much made it to the point to where I can't fucking, well, I can, but, I can't, like, they put me at standstills as far as evolving. Like, as soon as I get my money up, they fucking do something to the van to where I gotta go get it fixed. And it never fucking failed. It's like they wait till I get it to a certain point. They wait till I get to a certain point, and they do some damage to where I can't do no quick fix. Like, I gotta fucking, like, literally fucking, like, even on my tires and shit, like, it's getting to the point to where, like, I've had nails in my fucking tire for like 3 weeks now. And it's them because the nails are just like strategically placed in fucking, it's no way that I ran over the nails the way that the fucking nails are set in my tire, and they're strategically placed. They're strategically placed almost like a diamond form. It's almost like a fucking diamond form the way that they're fucking, in my tire. But, I just, instead of pulling the nails out, I just fucking left the nails in and went and bought some fucking, that tire shit to fucking, that tire seal. And that shit, it works for now, but, it's gotten to the point to where, I know that they're gonna do something major pretty soon to my fucking vehicle. And so, like, I'm not, I'm not gonna keep fucking spending money on fucking getting my tires plugged and shit. And then, the fucking tire places that I go to and shit, like, they be at set prices. Like, they'll have fucking set prices and shit. I call and make sure, like, is this the price? Like, how much do you charge for, to plug up the tires? And they give me a set price. And I get there, and these motherfuckers done somehow fucking finagled them motherfuckers into fucking telling me, oh no, this is a different type of tire. I thought you had a different type of tire. No, this one costs more. And, I'm not into going through that bullshit. Like, they look like robots. This how they, yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. And we got that, that's what we are, pretty much, cyborgs. If you really think about it, like, even without the chip, like, a lot of us have chips in us. But even without the chip, we're still walking fucking cyborgs and shit, because our body does have, a good amount of electricity in it. And then they're fucking throwing all this fucking smart dust and all this nanotechnology out the sky on us and shit, and that shit's just like fucking draping us every day. I'm telling you, it's like and I know this might sound far-fetched, but it seems like, if you notice, like, all the most of the alien pictures, they're either fucking some fucking thing with big eyes and the skin looks like cancer. Like, the skin, it just looks like cancer overridden. Like, it looks like cancerous skin when they show the aliens. Or they be like, some type of human form that look like humans. But it's almost like fucking all these power lines. People are catching cancer by what we eat by these power lines. If you don't remember, there was a big epidemic of fucking, power lines being over schools and fucking kids catching cancer and shit. So these power lines are a big part of us fucking the world catching cancer. As far as, the other things like, not as far, but, along with the other things like the food and all that shit that we eat, all this unnatural shit, and our devices and shit. And it's like, our world has been taken over by aliens, and everything that we're building, I'm not saying this is a fact, so I don't want, I know there's agents on here that, like to rub in certain shit and make you look crazy, but, there are aliens, I do believe that, but as far as saying that they took over the world, I'm not gonna, that's just, that's a personal belief, but I'm not gonna say that that's fact. Look at the target bag. I'm not gonna say that that's fact, but it's almost like they fucking took over the world, and on the low, like all the fucking powerful people have been taken over, like the government, the military, all that shit. It's like they fucking, and they do have mind, like the fucking, they do have that fucking telepathy and all that fucking shit. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched, to think that if they did exist, that they took over, the top people, like the president and all that shit. And fucking we're building their world for them. And the shit that they need to survive, like the nanotechnology, all that shit falling out the sky, these devices and fucking these power lines and all this fucking alien technology, because then no humans sit and think up most of the shit. Like they put up they put some fucking frontmen out there and said they invented the shit, but this is alien technology. Look at the one tail light. That's just my personal belief, that this is alien technology, and everything that fucks us up and that's killing us and shit, it helps them fucking survive and shit. Like, they need this shit to survive on this fucking planet, but they mask it, and they give us like fucking entertainment through the shit, devices and all this fucking bullshit, shit that we don't even need, shit that we don't even, like, it's dehumanizing us. Like, literally, this technology is dehumanizing the people. Unsensitive, making them just making them callous, making people more callous and shit, evil. We got people fucking waiting outside of fucking, you got people waiting outside of Apple stores to buy the latest Apple phone. They'll wait 3 days in a fucking line. They'll wait 3 days, 4 days, fucking in a fucking line. Excuse me. To buy this fucking phone. Meanwhile, the same people that fucking create this phone got suicide nets all across and around their fucking building, because people were fucking, being overworked and overslaved and overworked and fucking, like, to the point to where they're fucking jumping out the bot. I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's just fucking, the metaphor in that shit is just insane, man. The people that fucking wait to fucking spend their fucking money, and a lot of money at that. People are spending lots of money on iPhones that fucking people are getting fucking pennies on the dollar to build, and being forced and overdriven and overworked to the point to where they're fucking jumping out of fucking, the building and shit, to where the fuck the people make it a law to where, nah, you can't keep running this operation unless you fucking put suicide nets around your building. Like, that's fucking insane, man. That's fucking insane. So, yeah, man. It's definitely, it's definitely not good out here, man. Flying cars they're already here. They're already here. They just, it won't be presented to us probably until down the line, but these people are doing all types of weird shit, man. Letting demons all into our fucking planet with that CERN bullshit. All types of black goo. They say that fucking is making people crazy, and then they fucking make movies about it. Like, these people are sick, man. They tell you they got this fucking shit, this CERN shit. They fucking, they literally fucking tell you they've been doing that hydrogelator or whatever that shit is called, and fucking that goo is coming in, and the people that come in contact with that shit go crazy. Like, and then they're still, why they tell you this? They're still fucking running the fucking machine. Like, common sense would tell you, okay, this black goo is coming in and it's making people crazy. We should stop digging into this shit, because what if a flood of this shit comes in here and fucking just makes everybody fucking crazy? That's the end of our fucking planet. You're gonna have people killing people, jumping out of windows, all types of weird shit. So why do you even wanna why do you even wanna keep fucking with that shit? They fucking give us fucking, and then they make movies about it. Fucking, they got a Marvel movie. And the movies be good. Like, the movies, like, really be fucking entertaining. So, you just get sensitized to the shit to where, like, when the shit really fucking happens, you seen the movie. So, I mean, you seen the movie, so somehow, in some way, you become fucking subconsciously, thinking that the shit ain't dangerous, because in the movies and shit, they got a movie called Venom, and it's this black goo. I'm not sure, it didn't come from the hydrogelator and shit. It came from a different source, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like, this black goo fucking comes in contact and it possesses the fucking person, and then in the fucking midst of the possession, the fucking goo becomes friends with the person that is possessed, and now they're like a fucking team. They're like a fucking team. And it's just, and you can look this shit up, like the black goo from CERN, and then look at the movie Venom. And I mean, common sense is like they're telling you this shit is here, but they're, yeah, man, it's fucked up, man. And then this COVID, what is it, COVID-19? Like, I forget, I'm damn near forgetting the number because of COVID-19, because I turn on, I fucking watch these fucking, I'm flicking through movies and shit, and then everything, on different things. Like, even, I think they got one on YouTube. They got fucking movies out with COVID, but a different number. COVID-5, COVID-17. All this fucking COVID fucking bullshit. Like, they're literally fucking making movies and rubbing this shit in our face, and fucking, we're being entertained off of their fucking, oh man, I don't know, man. This world is too much for me to try and comprehend in one day. Um, what was the reason the what was the reason the guy was standing in front of the bus? Did you ever get the whole story on why he did that? Or what a story on why he did that and why he got arrested? I'm not sure who you're talking about. You're talking. That dude was a phony, man. If you're talking about that dude that came in and was talking about the VTA dude, he was sent there to make us look crazy and shit. Meeting decent people as a targeted individual is practically impossible. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're out there, man. They're out there. There are some good people out there, man. You know, there are some people, honestly, like, they might not believe it. Like, you know, there are good people out there that don't, that literally, they care um, about, your mental stability. Like, they want to help. Like, so, and, this program is beyond, for the normal person to be able to conceive, like, what we're going through. They can't do it. Like, if, putting ourselves in their shoes, not knowing anything about this program, if one of our family members came up to us and fucking told us, like, what's happening to us is happening to them, but we didn't know anything about it, like, we would sincerely, like, we would, we wouldn't put them down. Well, I know I wouldn't put my family members down and tell them they're crazy and shit, or no shit like that, but I would, um, genuinely, be worried, like maybe they were on drugs or, something was loose. I wouldn't voice it out to them, but I would fucking, I would think like maybe something ain't right until I fucking, I would pay attention. Like, they would if they pointed shit out to me, like, I would pay attention, and if, like, shit didn't seem right, like, then I would fucking, but as far as them pointing shit out, and then me seeing it a couple times, 3 or 4 times, and then fucking still fucking thinking that something is wrong with them or that they're on drugs and shit, like, there's no way that I would fucking do that. Like, I can fucking clearly see this guy's, or, they're being followed by these people with one fucking head. Like, there's, all that second guessing them shit goes out the window once you see that shit. And, like, I just don't understand, man. Like, I don't understand how they don't get it. But, in the beginning of the process, I can understand them not taking you at face value of what you're saying, taking what you're saying at face value. Like, I could see him second guessing you and shit. As far as the participating in shit and being a part of it, I don't get that. Like, the only way, there's no money that can be fucking offered. I mean, I understand there is money that, some family members would take. I don't know why, but, this is your fucking family, but, greed is a motherfucker as well. Like, people kill their fucking family members for money, so snitching on them, is nothing. Or fucking turning them in, or, participating in a program like this. If they're willing to kill their family members, then they're definitely willing to fucking damn near do anything. And then it's damn near fucking legal if you don't fucking, get caught by some legitimate authorities. Because all these fucking authorities out here are fucking, the badge is backwards out here. The badge is backwards. The badge is backwards. Everything it's supposed to stand for, it doesn't stand for it. And I understood that kinda, but I understood that on a different level. Like, there's no way in the world I would have thought that they would fucking, pick on people who pay. Well, they do, I know that, but like low income people and shit like that, but like middle class people and people that got money and shit, like, unless they're up under those fucking secret societies or in the entertainment world, like, for the most part, my thoughts are like, that's what the police are out here for, is fucking the rich people and the people with money and the people, that pay that good tax money to them. I would never think in a million years that, police would fucking harass fucking, the people on the other side of the fence, so to say. So the badge is definitely backwards. The badge is fucking... The police have completely went rogue. And that proves to you. That just tells you right there, like, if all the man with the power has to do is they can change the weather at any time. If they want if they want to take guns right now, they can take your guns. Well, unless of course you have shootouts with them, and that's only if they send the wetsuits at you. Like, you ain't gonna fucking shoot it out with no fucking robot. You're not gonna fucking fight no robot. Like, I know there's some strong people out there, but there's just no fucking way you're gonna outbeat a robot. You might be able to outrun that motherfucker, but still, it's gonna have guns strapped on it. And nah, you ain't even gonna be able to outrun it. That motherfucker, they got robots with tractor wheels and all types of shit. Like, the motherfuckers is fast, man. They got robots that fall and get right back up. Right fucking back up. Like that fucking DARPA. If you look up some of these fucking DARPA, and there's some other, that's all they do is fucking create killing machines and shit. So you ain't gonna fucking, as much shit as we talk about, I'm going to the mountains and I'm gonna be a survivalist. Like, that's good. Like, those are good skills, but don't think that that's gonna be, your way out of them fucking, that's what that is, fucking, for survival. Survive, not to fucking be fighting no fucking robots. That's to live as long as you can. Remember, that's what being a survivalist is about. Living as long as you can and try and outbeat the bad weather. But you ain't gonna be fighting no fucking robots and thinking that you're gonna survive and shit. Like, that's only in the fucking movies. Unless you can fucking create some type of, signal, some type of thing that throws off a signal to fucking get them. But if you can't fuck with their signals, there's no way in the world that you're gonna beat no robot. And I don't care how many guns you have. I don't care about that. Like, there's just no way you're gonna do it. You can't fight it. Like, all the power that thing will crush, like, anybody. It's just, we're fucking with machines. They got machines with brains now. Machines with brains, and their brains are fucking, people say that machines aren't smarter than humans, but the way that we've been dumbed down, there's no way. There's no way we'll be able to tackle a machine's knowledge. Especially a machine that knows everything and keeps learning. There's no fucking way. You guys gotta excuse me, like, the comments are I have to keep scrolling through them because they go down. Let me see. Didn't do me. What? Didn't do me. I'm not sure. I don't get that planet. You ever feel like going GTA mode and use the weapon, smash off, hit the train tunnel? Oh no! What do you mean? Like, just leave? Hit the train tunnel or the ocean? Getting away, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I do, man. I do, but, like, to do that, you gotta be pretty, and you don't have to have all the money in the world, but you have to have enough to, like, figure out what you're gonna do, like, until you figure out what you do. Like, I have a pretty good idea what I'm gonna do. But yeah, like, that's why I'm waiting on this, I'm waiting on this, the stimulus money and shit. But, if you could do that, like, if you could, if I could just get up and leave, man, I would have left a long time ago and shit. But certain things, I gotta set certain things into motion, and then, I can't really, like, the money that I have now, like, it's, like, really strictly has to be portioned out, like, because I have to be prepared, to do something, to get this fixed if anything happens to it. Like, I'm still lagging on a couple things. Like, I put a couple quick fixes on some things, but, eventually that shit is gonna have to be really fucking repaired, so. And I can't just, I definitely can't just get up and fucking get out like that right now. And they do certain shit, man. They know what they're doing. And somehow they count my money, man. Like that, some money, like, I make money selling shit like on the streets too. Like you know, like I'll park my van and sell. Like I got little merchandises and shit that I be selling. But you know, somehow for the most part, you know, I think like because people walk up to me and fucking, you know, they buy some of my stuff and fucking, you know, I do it to kind of, well, not just to make money. That's a good part of why I do it, but you know, another part is fucking, you know, it kind of throws them off from being able to count what's in my pockets and shit, because when I was just recycling and shit, it's like they, you know, the recycle people tell them how much money I got, you know, I made that day. And every time, like, whenever I spend money, they fucking go in the fucking store and ask the fuckers how much I spent. So they fucking literally had a calculation down to exactly how fucking much money, how much money it was, to the point to where, you know, they would walk by me and literally fucking be third party talking to each other about how much fucking money I had in my pocket. You know, and it didn't matter, like, you know, how much money I fucking saved or any of that fucking bullshit, because they literally fucking calculated every fucking thing. Like, they fucking, and I don't fucking, I just don't get it, man. How this shit is legal to the point you could have fucking goofballs walking around calculating your money, and the people are telling them, like, the fucking people at the recycle, well, you know, the police are making them do it, but still, like, you know, that's fucking not, that's not cool, man. That should be private, how much fucking money, like, they don't want me going and looking at their fucking checks and fucking, you know, seeing how much money they, well, you know, the ones that want to fucking, you know, brag about the money they have or some shit like that, like fucking, you know, the rich, the fucking people that, you know, throw their fucking shit in your, you know what I'm talking about, like the schmucks and shit like that. Like maybe them, like they might, you know, but like, you know, the normal regular person doesn't want anybody knowing about their fucking how much money they make and shit. Like, you know, maybe unless it's a friend or some shit like that. But, you know, there's a lot of people that don't even tell their friends how much money they make. It's just, so, you know. Hey, they gaslight me. But yeah, man, I just don't, try not to pay. I know it's easier said than done, bro. Just try not to even pay attention to them, though. Or like, you know, whoever's doing it, if you block them from your end, you won't be able to see their, like, everybody else will be able to see their comments, but you won't be able to. I remember when you exposed that dude, props, he fake. The dude with the tattoo, yeah. They're they're clowns, like they're rats, bro. And you'll be surprised, bro. Some of the fucking the toughest looking dudes, some of the toughest looking dudes are under fucking police protection, and that's like even jail. Like you'll see some motherfuckers, you be like, man, I wouldn't fuck with that dude. That motherfucker is under complete protective custody. Protective custody, like, you know, it's just crazy, man. And they put these people out that, like, you know, they're really fucking easy to fucking, they're really fucking easy to fucking spot out, because their blueprint is to look crazy or to pretend that they're crazy and shit, or wear a certain color, like the dress code and all that shit. So it's really like you know that's you know snitch or not, you know, common sense. Okay, I'm wearing the same color as these people fucking with him and telling on him and fucking lying on him and fucking doing all this shit. Okay, common sense would tell you. It's clowns. Common sense would fucking tell you right after the noise campaign bullshit though. Common sense would tell you, okay, like I'm putting myself in a slingshot because I'm doing all this same shit that these fucking other people are doing. So, you know, he's gonna be able to, he's gonna be able to tell. Like he's gonna know, like I can't tell him I'm not working with the police. I got on the same thing that everybody else that's working with the police got on, and I'm acting, the same way that everybody. So common sense would tell you, like, this dude is recording me. I'm being put on the internet as a fucking snitch, and it really looks like I'm a snitch because, like I'm doing the same thing that all these other snitches are doing, and it's obvious that they're fucking snitching, and not only are they snitching, but they're lying and all this shit for the police. Like they're vandalizing people's shit for the police and shit. I don't. So I'm literally on the fucking police team, and like they're just really fucking easy to scope because they don't. A person that's under that type of program, protective custody and shit. They just don't care no more. They just don't, once you're a slime ball, once you, once you get to the point, and then, that's usually what people are, in protective custody for, is because they're fucking slime balls. They fucking commit crimes with people. Then when they get caught, they can't deal with the time and they fucking jail. Not saying that, doing a crime is good or nothing, but, if you have that understanding that you guys are gonna get into this and you guys are gonna do this, if you get caught and he doesn't get caught and he didn't say nothing about you or whatever, I mean, politically correct, morally, I guess you would say the right thing to do is to tell. But when you guys are in this lifestyle together, you guys are in a whole different world. This life, I mean, well, not this because I'm not in it, but the lifestyle, that lifestyle versus fucking the lifestyle on the other side of the fence, like when you guys have that understanding, is two different worlds. And what a regular person would do, like a regular person doing that, like calling the police on somebody doing something wrong, that's noble. But when you're on the other side, that's being a fucking slime ball. You wouldn't tell on that person if you didn't get caught. The only reason you're telling on that person is because you got caught, is because you're a fucking slime ball and you're trying to get fucking time taken off of something that you shouldn't have been doing. So you knew the consequences to that shit. So like, they just don't care, man. They don't care. Any any regular person, not somebody who's been conditioned by gang stalking or any of that, But somebody, a regular fucking person that's fucking living their life, and you fucking come at them with a fucking camera in their face, you know, somebody that's, you know, representing the streets, so to speak, somebody that's, you know, a hustler, a thug, or, you know, gangbanger, whatever. If you come at them and you throw a camera in their face, there's gonna be problems. And that's another reason how you can tell that most of these people are fucking a part of it. And that's not even, you know, that's not even a person on the streets. Like, that's any fucking body, a rich person, a middle life. Like, you know, you probably have to go through more bullshit on the streets, but you know, nobody likes a fucking camera stuck in their face, especially if they don't know what the fuck the camera's in their face for. And then you're making accusations at them on top of that, and they fucking just smile at you and shit. Like, or they fucking pretend, you know, they don't have nothing to fucking rebound that. You know, it's just fucking, it's common sense, man. You know, most people aren't gonna sit and think about that type of fucking action being thrown at them. It's not a gang fight. It's the nightmare of electronic harassment and gang stalking. People trying their best to get. What? I don't, you know, I might have missed your guys' comments. You guys, let me see. Yeah, I don't see why Alan, I think it's, I don't know if it's Alan that you think is perping you, or gaslighting. I don't think any of you guys are perps. I mean, I haven't seen any perp actions from any of you guys. Like, I don't know. But, you know, if you guys could, you know, let bygones, I'm not saying, you know, you guys gonna do what you want, but, you know, try and ignore each other and not pay attention or whatever. Yeah, that's another thing you guys keep in mind. Another thing that they do, the police like to do it a lot, but you know, a lot of these fucking perps do it too. Like, they get on, they've done it with me. You know, they get on, they snapshot your fucking, your, what is it, emoji or your thumbnail, and then they fucking edit that shit out to where, and then they start an account with your same fucking name and get on, you know, different channels and fucking, you know, make you look bad and shit. Like, I don't know what I missed, like, between you guys, but I didn't see anything that would make you guys, you know, trip with each other. But yeah, they do that, and like they got our voices and all that shit. Like, I remember I was watching somebody's YouTube channel. It was a chick, and she you know, she was kind of like a real news blogger, but it was comedy at the same time, kind of, I guess you could say. But, you know, as I was watching, you know, they take phone calls in. they take phone calls in, and somebody fucking called in, and it was my voice though. It was my fucking voice. Like, they called in the fucking show, and it was my fucking voice. Like, I was tripping at first. I was like, nah, man, that's crazy, man. And then I listened, and I was like, that's my fucking voice, man. So they can do that shit. They can do, and then he was asking some goo. You know what? It was just, saying some out the pocket shit, like weird shit, goofy shit, but in my voice. So they can do that. Hey, what's going on, Rose? Every time they move a car, it's for a reaction in your mind. Yeah, I'm starting to notice that shit too. Like, especially like when they have fucking people come around me and shit. Like, how it has me fucking, like, I'm super see this fucking weirdo, man, just walking back and forth like a fucking zombie with his pants down. Yeah, man. I noticed, like, I've been fucking noticing, like, I fucking pay attention now to my, how shit makes me, how I react, and fucking, like, I'm not no professional or no shit like that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm starting to analyze more, like, how certain shit, because I know the psychological part of it. So I'm starting to analyze, like, how certain shit they do makes me feel, like, and my reactions to it, like, especially like when the fucking people get close to me and crowd around me like that. That's, I start getting into fucking protection mode. Like, I fucking, I don't let them know or no shit like that, but I start fucking, I start fucking, uh, uh, I prepare, like, I'm a lot more, you know, protective, if you will, of my surroundings. Like, and it's crazy, like, normally I wouldn't trip out, like, you always have your guard on or whatever, but, normally you don't fucking think into the situation that hard, if you will. But it's like, when when they do certain shit, like, my mind, like, it goes into fucking, like, overdrive, like, if you will, like a car going regular. Like, if the car is going regular, like, you're driving a car at regular speeds and shit, and then all of a sudden it's like they come around, and then, like, the fucking acceleration increases. Like, your fucking, or for me, like, my fucking brain just fucking, I'm over alert, like, over fucking alert. It's not a comfortable feeling. Hey, what's going on, Jay Black? Hey, Mom. My family members participate. Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst, man. It's definitely the worst, man, but you're definitely not alone, man. I'm pretty sure, like, all of our family members, there are some targets, like, you know, there's some targets that, you know, I know exactly what they're going through. They say certain things that their family is going through or putting them through. But they don't, you know, they just, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm pretty sure all of our family members target us. Um, I'm not gonna say all of them do. I'm not gonna say everybody's family members target us, but I mean, everybody's family members target them. But for the most part, for the majority of us, you know, and it's not cool, man. That's to the, like, when people commit suicide. Um, I think that's one of the strongest reasons for them to do it. I'm not a suicidal person, and I would never fucking commit suicide. I can't even fucking, you know, I can't even fucking imagine the thought. Like, I can't even think of anything, I can't, first of all, I can't even, somebody else could, fucking punch me. I can't punch myself. Like, somebody else can give me a tattoo. I'm not gonna fucking, I don't, I'm not into pain like that. And suicide, like, that's the first thing I think of is fucking pain, torture. Whether you take pills, whatever you do, like, your breathing is gonna fucking start, it's gonna be like drowning or some shit. Like, there's a certain shit, like, I would never do, and that's one of them, is commit suicide. But, that feeling, I know that feeling, like, when, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's hard for me to explain. Like, I know for a fact that I would never commit suicide, but I know what it feels like to want it. Like, I know the point. Like, for instance, like, when my family started targeting me and shit, like, that's when I felt like it was all over. Like, if I was a suicidal person, that's what it, that at that point right there would have been when I did it. Like, it felt like the fucking world was fucking, and it wasn't just one family member. Like, it was fucking I could see, like, me surviving through one family member, but when you got a bunch of them doing the same shit and fucking, just lying to you in your face, and then you got these other evil fucking people, like, when you fucking calculate that shit, man, your fucking world comes down tumbling like bricks, and you fucking, I don't know, it feels like you can't go on. So, I was literally, I was literally fucking, and to this day, like, I still don't know if they would or not, but, like, when it first started happening, and I fucking thought, like, I could die right now, and they wouldn't give a fuck about me. Like, they wouldn't give a fuck. Like, when that shit first fucking enters your mind, oh, man, it's the fucking worst fucking feeling in the fucking world. And then you fucking start thinking, like, damn, like, I fucking, like, there's literally times that I fucking put my life on the line. Like, and they fucking know, like, these are fucking, times that, you'll never fucking, be able to fucking forget. And sticking up for your motherfucking ass. And you start thinking, look at the one tail, like, you start thinking about that shit, and then it fucking makes you mad. Like, you start fucking, like, how the fuck could you even fucking, how the fuck could you do this? Like, how the fuck? So, even, like, people that commit murder, suicides and shit, like, I understand the thoughts that they be processing, because, like, I know the thoughts that get them to that point. Like, I would never fucking do the shit, but putting myself in their shoes and fucking going through what they're going through and fucking, paying attention to the thought process and understanding it more and shit like that. People, you invest your life in somebody, you invest all your money, like, for relationships and shit like that, marriages and shit like that. You invest everything, your life, your money, your fucking, you guys fucking have kids together and fucking, you're completely fucking loyal to this person, and then you will fucking walk into the house and that person is in the bed with somebody else. Like the average person isn't gonna think about all that shit. They're just gonna say, oh man, that's fucked up. There's plenty more fish in the sea. There's plenty more fish in the sea. And that's a good way of fucking dealing with it and being able to fucking move on. But, realistically, everybody can't fucking, everybody is built different. So, even targeted individuals, there's going to be targeted individuals that are going to keep killing people because, we can only take so much. And that's just like with anything else. There's plenty more fish in the sea, but you don't know what this person's invested in into this person that they call their other half. So when you walk in the house and you see that person that you've been with for 25, 30 years in the bed with somebody that you're working, you're slaving, like that person, your other half might not even have a fucking job because you're taking care of that person. And fucking, you walk in the house and that person's in the bed with the neighbor or some shit like that. You go off and kill your fucking, you kill your neighbor and your wife. Like, it might not be the right thing to do, but, you right, when you think about it, the person that did the killing wasn't completely wrong about what the fuck they did. Like, unless of course the neighbor doesn't know that that's your wife, but 9 times out of 10 the neighbor knows that's your wife or your whoever, So, I mean, you're not completely wrong. And that, and that's the way I feel about targeted individuals and shit. We go through this harassment on a daily fucking basis. 24 hours. 24 hours around the clock. We go through this fucking harassment. So, knowing that everybody can't deal with this, and these perps definitely can't deal with this. Knowing that, and you flip out and you kill up a bunch of fucking perps, or you fucking kill up your family members for being involved in this shit. Like, there are better ways to deal with it. It's not completely it's not the right thing to do, but it's understandable. Like, at first I used to look at people like, oh man, they're weak-minded, like, killing all those people and shit. But, going through this shit as many years, and I haven't been going through it longer than a lot of people, but I've been going through it, and just the amount of years that I've been going through it, I understand a lot more, like, the actions that are brought against these fucking people who fucking harass us, man. Because, You know, we are as targeted individuals, like we are all we got. Like that's literally like a real fucking, for targeted individuals, that's literally what it is. And you know, it's to a point to where like we're not even strongly connected, like, because of what these people are fucking, the psychological bullshit that they're fucking throwing at us. So for a person to flip out, you know, that's just, they're tired of going through this shit. Like, I understand it more. Like, you know, if I was suicidal, that's what I would fucking do. If I couldn't take this no more, um, I'm not just gonna fucking kill myself. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give these motherfuckers the luxury of fucking knowing that they fucking got me to commit suicide without taking any of them out. I'm going to the places that I know where I'm being, because I'm gonna try. If it was me, I would try and take out as many as I fucking. I'm not looking for nobody that's gonna be targeting me. I'm going to all the places that I've already been targeted, all the fucking places, all the stores, all the fucking, you know, any place that I've fucking been targeted, and it's an ongoing fucking targeting, like, to this fucking day, and I've been going to these places for, that's where I'm going, to the places that I've been going to years and being targeted. All the 7-Elevens where these motherfuckers like touching on their fucking dicks and shit, when I'm going at the counter and buying shit, them gonna be the first. Them would be the first, like, these would be the first, these would be the places that I would go. Like, I'm not gonna fucking just wait for it to happen. So for that dude at the VTA that went in and shot all those co-workers that were harassing him, like, that was like the perfect, you know, I'm not gonna say, you know, it was the perfect thing to do, but like, if you're fucking gonna commit suicide, then that's the ideal way to go out. Is fucking go to where it's gonna be most of the fucking, where you can get as many of those motherfuckers as you can. And then I wanted to kill myself. I would have just waited for the police to kill me, but I would have fucking, you know, got as many of them as I could. So it's definitely understandable. Like, I don't look at any targeted individual as being fucking, you know, weak-minded because they flip out and start killing these people. Like, I've evolved from that thinking. Like, you know, and it's you know, it's what did I say? I mean, it's a proven fact that when you're being pressured and backed against the wall to the point of where you're being, you know, they're forcing unnatural actions out of us. Like, you know, it's easy to say think about it and, you know, stop and think about it and all that shit, but, you know, even you know, you'll hear fucking people that say fucking ignore it. Like, you know what's crazy? You know, these are people that I've known for a long fucking time. And you know, they'll say ignore it. And these are people that you be with them. Like, sometimes you'll be with them, and this is, I'm talking about the past, but this is like people, you know, they'll tell you to fucking ignore shit. And you look at, I mean, you just look at them and you be like, dude, do you hear what the fuck I'm telling you that I'm going through? Like, sometimes you be on the phone with people and fucking, Like, I'll fucking, like, this is literally, like, some of these fucking people, man, like, you know, if somebody gets an order messed up at one of the fast food places, like, they fucking, you know, it's from 0 to 60, like, you didn't put my motherfucking ketchup in here, I stipulated I wanted ketchup, or I didn't want mayonnaise on this, or fucking, you know, they'll be on the phone with the fucking, you know, operator or some shit, and then, you know, the operator gets something messed up, and they fucking start flashing on they start flashing on the operator on the phone. The same motherfucker telling me, oh man, don't pay attention to it, don't pay attention to it, ignore it. You just gotta ignore it. Like, and so, like, I understand, like, unless you're fucking actually fucking, you know, going through the shit, you won't understand. Like, I know way back in the day when I heard about the postal dude going into fucking postal and killing up all those people, like, all I could think of, like, damn, that dude is crazy, man. You know, that fucking, that's crazy. That's whacked out. Like, that's some whacked out shit. And I would probably be like that if I wasn't targeted. If I wasn't a targeted individual and didn't know nothing about it, and I heard about the VTA dude going in there and shooting up all those people, you know, I'd be like, damn, man, that motherfucker was crazy. Like, that motherfucker was crazy as shit. Like, you'll never fucking, you know, you'll never understand unless you're fucking going through the shit. Like, you'll never, it's beyond comprehension. And that's why the police and all these people are able to cover it up, because they put all these fucking so-called American heroes, all the badge boys, the FBI and the fucking police department and all these fucking, you know, they're supposed to be protectors. They put them on the fucking, you know, you're psychologically already fucked up because you think these are the good guys. So when they get on the news and they cover that shit up, you know, they're the ones that can easily make us look crazy. You know, learn certain words. Like, these motherfuckers, a lot of these police are high school graduates and shit, but certain words and shit that the police department teaches them, you know, they'll teach them a certain words, and they all, you know, they all use same word, that's the same fucking words to try and make them seem educated. You start seeing through that shit, but you know, they'll say, oh, well, let me educate you on something, or they'll say some fucking, just, you know, like, to make them look really fucking smart, you know. Well, let me educate you on this, and there's some, and it's like, you guys have all the fucking same fucking, like, there's nothing original about what the fuck you just said. Like, you guys all fucking want to educate somebody on something, or fucking use this high fucking, this fucking, you know, this word that's understandable, but, you know, just because it, you know, it has a certain ring to it, it makes the fucking, you know, the person think that you're smarter than they are, which in reality, you know, you probably didn't even pass high school, or you know, you have no college education, and fucking, you know, you got a family member that's on the force, or a friend of the family on the force, or, you know, you're connected with some type of fucking society that's on the fucking force, and you just get brought in, just past this fucking boot camp, which really ain't shit. Just past this police training, this however long police training, and I'll get you in. And that's how a lot of fucking police, that's why people is getting killed and shit, because they just fucking bring anybody in. Like, people that aren't even built for police work. Like, you're not supposed to be scary. Like, you're not supposed to have a fucking trigger finger actions at just any fucking thing. Like, I mean, common sense that a person can fucking kill you with a gun. But you see a little fucking kid with a gun, you instead of fucking pulling the trigger so fast, fucking analyze the situation. Don't see some fucking toy gun and fucking say, oh, he's got a gun, and fucking start shooting a little kid. That is obvious. The fucking kid, if the kid shot the gun, 9 times out of 10, the fucking, the bullet wouldn't hit you, because the kick would be so fucking, like, the kick would fucking, smash the gun on the kid's face. If pretty much, I mean, it's just, they just fucking get anybody in the field. Anybody. That's why the force is the way it is. The police force is the way it is, because, people are fucking, they're not getting into the fucking police force because of moral shit. Like, you always hear a person say, why'd you become a police officer? Oh, I wanted to make the world a better place. I wanted to make, even, black police are the fucking funniest. And then, black police, you ask a black cop why they become a police officer, and they'll tell you to make it better for their people. Like, I want to make it better for my people. I want to show them, like, I want to be there for them. And they be the main, and I'm not going to say all black police, but most black police are the main, that's the total opposite of their actions. Like, and I understand the part, the don't call me brother, I'm not your brother type shit. If you're on the good side of the law, and then, criminals or, people selling drugs or whatever are criminals and shit. So, if you're on the good side of the law, automatically you're gonna, you're making our people look bad. Like, you're making us look bad. So I understand the part, don't call me brother, I'm not your brother. Because I've seen plenty of, people say, I'll call the police brother, hey, what's up, brother? And, the police just look at him and say, I'm not your brother. Don't call me your motherfucking brother. You feel me? I understand that part, but, they be in-house, they be the first ones to fuck you up. And, like, they really, like, they enjoy it. Like, or, like, if you're being beat up by a fucking bunch of fucking, slime ball police, like, it's been so many fucking occasions that I've been in, and I've literally fucking witnessed to where, like, the black police are the fucking look. It's like the black police are the fucking lookouts and shit. Like, they'll fucking, everybody will go into the little room. Like, it'll probably be like 4 goon squad cops, and then you in handcuffs and shit. And then the fucking black police officer will walk outside the door and shut it. I don't know if he stands in front of it or whatever, but, he'll leave. Like, he'll fucking leave before they fucking start beating on you and shit. And I don't know if that's psychological, if they do that shit for psychological reasons, but, that's a thing that they do. Like, literally, they fucking do. Or if you get pulled over with a black cop and a white cop, and they're probably doing that shit on purpose and shit. But, the black cop, a fucking the black cop would be fucking super fucking aggressive with you. Like, I quit trying to understand these motherfuckers, man. I quit trying to understand them. Let me see. Two of my comments removed. Yeah, that's them, bro. Nobody, unless there's a... Oh, I figured out the moderator thing. I just have to get to a desk term or switch over to desktop. But yeah, nobody on it. It's the you know the agents or whatever, whoever's fucking, whoever's in our fucking lives and shit like that. They have the power to do that shit. Because if it's like a regular person on the comment section, if they block your comments, like they'll be the only ones that can't see it. Like we'll still be able to see it. The person who blocked it just won't see it. Um, hey, what's going on, Virgo? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, YouTube does target words. Yeah, nothing is private, man. Nothing is private. You be working out, bro. That Riz V2K. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty active, man. As far as working out, I'm doing it a little bit. I'm only doing push-ups, and I got a resistance strap that I work with. I haven't, ventured off into, like, cause I like calisthenics. I do a lot of like pull-ups and dips and stuff like that. So eventually, you know, venture off to that. But just I got so much going on and shit that I don't know. I just haven't really been motivated to do that yet. But I'm definitely getting push-ups and resistance and was what's going on, Tip? I got a letter in the mail for jury duty readiness 2 years in a row. Wow. I mean, if it's, I mean, it gets you out the house, I guess. Not to say that you're stuck in the house or anything, but it gives you something to do. If you know, well, I don't know if you've ever been locked up before, but if you've ever been locked up or in trouble with the law, you can tell them because the way that you've been done. You've been, you've actually had to do time for something you didn't do, that you don't feel comfortable. You feel that you're gonna put, you don't feel right with the decision that you'll make. Like you know, you don't trust your decision. Like if you tell them you can't trust your decision, then they shouldn't keep you. But I mean, if you don't mind going, something to do. It's a game. Oh, oh, yeah. I can understand that misunderstanding. I can understand. Nah, but I understood. He didn't mean no harm by it. He didn't mean no harm by it. Nappy, have you seen deep fake technology? Apparently they can make it look like you've done any. Oh yeah, man. I haven't heard it under that, but yeah, man. I've seen fucking just off certain memes and shit, like certain memes and shit. Like I watched this fucking morning show called The Breakfast Club. And it's this dude named Charlamagne the God, and they literally put his fucking head. Oh man, they put his head on this fucking. You know, if you really start, like, I had to really pay attention. Like I literally had to really pay attention and just look at the fuck, cause it didn't look like no fake shit. But they put the head of this dude in the Breakfast Club, cause dude already be saying some fucking, he be saying some suspect shit and doing some suspect things on the Breakfast Club. Like it's but they interview a lot of fucking, they interview a lot of hip hop fucking people. So I'll be watching it and shit. And he says some suspect things. So for them to fucking, for them to do that, and for you to see exactly what they did, like they put his head on this. I'm not gonna say the person was gay, but he was dancing like he was doing that dirty dancing stuff, like not dirty dancing, but like the men dancers that be wearing the tight pants and they be doing that little fucking, they be doing them certain moves. Sometimes some of the moves that they do be so looking like feminine and shit. Like they look like really fucking like a man shouldn't be doing it. And they put his head on they put his head on the body and had him dancing around and shit. And that shit look real. Like you really gotta fucking pay attention to fucking see that it's like. And that's just on a fucking meme that isn't no type of military or nobody's smart, super fucking smart, put that shit together. Like they, it was literally a fucking cut and paste operation. And that shit look real as fuck. I mean, to the first look, the first glance, it looked real. I get what you're saying. Being suicidal is different from having suicidal. Let me see. Reactions. One is legit wanting to die. The other is just not wanting. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Almost 5 years overt for me. See, man. And you just fucking, as the years go by, man, it's like you become sensitized to living a different life. Like, you have this life. I mean, you have the life that you considered was a real life. Like you're attached to two different lives. Like you're literally being forced into a split personality and split life. And if you're being forced into a split personality, you better create your own. You don't let them fucking create the split personality. Be able to control that motherfucker. Like, when they come around, when they're fucking around you, You know, you jump into your other personality. You know, that personality helps you fucking deal with their fucking bullshit. And then you gotta realize that you can't stay in that fucking personality because it's not a fucking normal personality. You gotta fucking, you know, you gotta direct that personality at certain times. And oh man, life is just all fucked up. Like, if you thought life was fucked up before being a target, you have no idea. I know I had no idea. Yeah, 5 years is like literally after, I think after, you know, after a year of this shit, the way they do it, the way they condition and pick at you 24 hours a day, like there's no fucking space in your life for a break, man. After a year of that, you know, you know, pretty much a soldier, man. Maybe not in the physical training or anything, but mentally, like, you know, fuck, man. For as many of us that are out there, for as many targeted individuals there are, like, you know, I think they do, you know, they do go for the people with the stronger minds and shit. Because as many of us that there are, you know, there should be a whole lot more dead motherfuckers out here, man. And that's just from suicides and fucking killing up a bunch of different people, killing up your fucking harassers, and fucking, there should be a whole lot more. Like, a lot of these people, if they lose their fucking job, they're gonna go home, kill up the family, and kill themselves and shit. Like, if they, it just, you know, shit like that that you can literally get past. Like, you can get past getting fired, and like, you can start your own fucking business and be on top way, way, way better than you were at that fucking job. Like, you know, these people, like, a lot of these people don't have that type of thinking process. Like, they'll fucking, you know, it's the end of the world. They lose their fucking job. It's the end of the world. They're killing up the family. They're killing up the dog, the house pet. Everybody's going with them. The newborn baby you gotta go to. Like, there's no leaving you home with fucking, we're gonna leave you behind with fucking grandma to raise you, or no, everybody's coming. Like, some people just literally have that fucking thinking process. Like, you know, and yeah, to be as many as we are, like, it's not too many. You know, we do have our moments where we go and fucking retaliate, but you know, the numbers would be way higher if the shoe was on the other foot. The street would be fucking, I mean, the fucking, you know, cities would be covered in blood. cities would be cities would be going crazy. Like, so, you know, for those of us that are targets, man, don't think that you're a weak person, um, because you're stronger than a lot of these people, man. The people that are fucking doing this to you, you gotta realize you're by yourself. You're the, for the most part, you're the only one going through this program as far as the harassment and all that shit. Um, you know, up against them, you're only one person, and then you're dealing with a bunch of people, and not just a bunch of people, but people keep getting hired, and like it's not just a set amount of people. People are being hired on to this fucking shit every day, in every fucking category of your fucking life, every chapter, every page you walk. You know, they fucking, you know, they move your neighbors out and then fucking move neighbors into your fucking, you know, neighborhood. People been there fucking 20, 30 years living in that neighborhood. All of a sudden, they want to move out, and then you got this fucking, you know, this strategic fucking couple living next door. They don't even look like they're fucking really married, but they're always pushing some fucking stroller, walking a little dog, and they're fucking together, looking happy as fucking shit, and then, you know, eventually the whole fucking neighborhood looks like that. Or it's like fucking the people that have been there for years this day, you know, they're fucking sleepers and shit, and then fucking all of a sudden they get the fucking, you know, the code for the mission and shit, and then they fucking, you know, that normal family that lived next door and then in the normal neighborhood, they all fucking become agents and shit. Like the look on their face changes. They fucking, you know, they're talking to you about different shit now, and the shit that they're talking about is weird. And some of it, you start thinking like, damn, is this motherfucker like a peeping Tom? Is this motherfucker like, you know, what type of questions are you asking me? On top of that, like, the questions that you're asking me is something like just like some off the wall shit. Like fucking, do you spray Glade after you take a shit in your bathroom? And then like, I just took a fucking shit and sprayed Glade. Like what? It's like that type of fucking shit, man. And it's like, fuck, man. Not just one neighbor, but all of them. Fucking, you come outside, they fucking come outside at the same time. You fucking... Oh, man, these people are sick, man. But we gotta live through it, man. We gotta deal with it, I guess. We either deal with it or we fight back the right way. I don't recommend doing anything to these people, but, you know, if it happens, it happens. Dealing with it the right way is we form together. We fucking crash these fake news channels, and fucking every time a targeted individual is involved in something, we fucking let the comment section of the fake news channel know what the fuck it is, what really happened. And if they want to, you know, if they want to really learn about what really happened and why it's going to keep happening, direct them to certain channels and shit. But or we could just fucking, you know, protest the right way. I mean, you know, you got people fucking fighting for, you know, shit that doesn't, well, I shouldn't fucking say that, but, you know, if you can fight and get gay marriage, if gay people can actually fucking fight and get gay marriage in and fucking, you know, make it legal for, if you think that you're fucking, if you're a kid and you think that you're fucking, like, they fought for that. They literally fought for fucking being able to, you know, give a kid the decision whether it wants to be a boy or a girl. You know, they fought for the right to be a man and feel that you're a woman and be able to walk into the woman's bathroom, even though you have a fucking dick, or excuse my language, even though you got a fucking penis. As long as you think that you're a woman, you can walk into a fucking girl's bathroom, even if there's fucking kids in there. Like, they literally fought for that. And if they can get that shit passed, some shit beyond fucking comprehension. If they can get that passed, then, you know, we damn sure could get this fucking domestic terrorism shit fucking pass, but you know, it's either gonna have to just stop by some fucking magical fucking shit is gonna stop it, or we're gonna fucking fight for it. And like, we're not, and I'm not saying that, you know, it's our fault or anything like that, but you know, we're just not coming together like we should. Like, you know, it gets to the point to where, you know, it gets to the point to where we're not fighting them like we should be, and then we start turning on each other. Like, I see that a lot, and it's not our fault. It's the stress and the constant sensitizing and the constant harassment that they throw at us. And, you know, we're not venting it out the right way, which should be venting it out at them through protest, or, you know, through anything, even exercise and all that shit. Like, just to vent that shit out the right way. And then, you know, it gets to the point to where we start fighting each other and shit. So yeah, that's pretty much the only way this shit's gonna stop. You can see, you know, they caused a man out here to fucking kill 8 people and kill himself. I get on a megaphone and I fucking try and expose that shit, you know, and I'm telling like a good portion of the fucking entities, and the same fucking people that I'm saying, I'm telling, like, it's like they're fucking it's like they're completely rogue. They don't give it. Like, literally, I'm saying the VTA is a part of this shit, and the VTA fucking vans are still driving past me with one fucking headlight, and they know I'm recording them. They know I'm on a fucking bullhorn saying that they're a part of this shit. They know, they hear me say that these one headlights and these one tail lights is triggers, and they still ride by me with one headlight. Like, so, you know, this fucking shit, these people are completely fucking rogue. They don't give a fuck if you're trying to expose them. Like, they don't care. Like, they put, like, when I did the bullhorn, it's like, and I tested it out too. Like, I'll do the bullhorn, they go super, super, super hard on me. They fuck with me, like, super hard. I leave the bullhorn alone for, like, a couple days and shit, and it doesn't die down much. Like, I still get the fucking, you know, the one headlights and fucking, you know, the following and the fake craziness. But when I get the bullhorns, oh man, the police be trying to intimidate me like I'm fucking gonna, like they're gonna kill me. Like they do shit like fucking, they'll fucking have their lights off when I'm recycling. And like, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm paying attention to my close surroundings. I'm not, you know, paying attention to way beyond. So like, you know, if a car hits the corner with its lights off and shit, I'm not, you know, if I'm looking in that direction, obviously I'm gonna see it. But, you know, I be recycling, I be like in a zone and shit, so I'm not, you know, I'm just, you know, my near surroundings is all I'm paying attention to. And yeah, the police they hit the corner, and then like as I turn around to go back to the van, they'll fucking they'll like be driving really fucking slow, and as I turn around, they'll hit the lights and just start speeding and shit. And like at the time, I'm not noticing that it's a fucking cop. Like I can't like, Cause it's crazy. Cause the car is like coming at you in the dark, and you can kind of like focus on the car after you're paying attention to it for a while. But when he cuts on the fucking lights, it's like you can't see. You don't see fucking. You can see the car, but you can't see the whole fucking car. You're just seeing like the lights is blinding you to a lot of the car, so you can't really tell that it's a police car. But they'll fucking, they turn the lights on and then speed like they're fucking gonna, like they're gonna run you over and shit. And then you see that it's a fucking cop. Or they'll fucking, they'll be parked and they'll just sit there and shit and fucking look at you with their fucking lights off and shit. And then as you pass by them, they'll turn their lights on and fucking, go on about their business and shit. And I know it's all their, they have a psychological thing they like to do with the car lights off and shit. And it's just all fucked up, man. It's all fucked up, man. Yeah, I definitely have my times, my moments, all that shit that builds up, man. I definitely have my moments. Like sometimes, like, they'll fucking, they'll just fucking send some fucking, like, and the police sent them and shit. It's like you want to do something to that person to get back. Like I've had that thought in my head, like, the police fucking sending somebody at me. I'm like, I've had the thought to where like, fuck, I'll just do something to him to get the fucking, that'll get that fucking cop in, like that'll get him in trouble. You want to play fucking games with me? You want to, this is, you want to fucking, hide this fucking program under surveillance and shit, let this motherfucker's blood be on. Not saying that I'm gonna kill him or no shit like that, but beat his ass or whatever the thing is, whatever the situation is, and fucking, get the, it's the time, like, that's how I get your bitch ass in trouble. Like, I'll fucking, do something to one of your harassers just to get back at you type shit. A whole lot of fucking, like, my thought process is fucking evolved. Fucking evolved. We're like forced to evolve every fucking day. Like you have to, not a complete evolvement, but every day you have to, you have to evolve in some area just to be able to deal with this shit until it becomes natural. It gets to the point to where the shit becomes natural to evolve on a daily basis, like, and not by no, it's not by no fucking, it just becomes second nature because you're forced. It's not something that you're set out to fuck. It's not like, well, in some cases it is, but like in most cases it's not like you set out to fucking evolve. Like it's not like you're setting out to fucking, it's not like this is what you're set out to do. It's just it becomes just like a dog, for instance. If you say, "Are you hungry?" to your dog and you feed him, every time you feed him, you say, "You hungry?" like the first couple times, first 3 or 4 times, 5, 6 times, the dog ain't gonna respond to you saying, "Are you hungry?" But you feed him every time. Eventually, every time you say he's hungry, you hungry. That motherfucker gonna like. As soon as you say you hungry, that motherfucker gonna just jump up and run to you and shit. It just becomes a fucking. It becomes like we're being trained. Literally, they're training. Literally, they're fucking training us and shit. Like, most of us don't see it that way, or we don't want to see it that way, but it's like we're being fucking trained. And maybe not trained in the point to where they get us doing everything that they want us to do and shit, but we're literally fucking being trained to fucking even train ourselves. Like, we literally have to train ourselves to fucking deal with this shit and evolve. Let me see. So much about this world. Yeah. Yep. And it's sad, man. To think that somebody would, flip out on their own and kill people. It's scary. Like, it's definitely a scary act. I'm not taking anything away from the act, but it's more comforting in knowing that this motherfucker killed these people because he was crazy. Like, this was literally a crazy person that did it. But them putting us in these type of positions, targeting us and fucking making us go against our nature and thinking, that's scary. That's scarier than a fucking person being really crazy and doing it. Because these people are controlling the weather. Like, they had no, or they probably did have a little, but a person that's crazy, you really have no control over. As far as them doing some shit like that, they just have their episodes to where they do something like that, and it happens. But for us to do that, and for them to be able to do that, for them to be able to control the weather on us like that, if you will, and for the public, for the neighborhood watch and whatever else citizen, as long as the police say it's cool and they can do it, like, the shit that they're doing is illegal, and they see that what they're doing, they see their work in action, like what their work can actually cause, like the VTA dude, the postal, all that. When they see actually what they can fucking do, it's just a whole different it's a ball game, and it's a scary ball game. I would much rather be in the presence of a crazy motherfucker that it's a possibility that this person could kill me, I would much rather be in his presence than a bunch of fake fucking people walking around acting like they're your friends, but they're fucking targeting you and fucking harassing you and then playing with your mind and fucking telling you like you're tripping and all that shit. I would much rather put more I would much rather be around that person that, I know that he could flip out and fucking kill me. Like I would, you know, and that's fucking insane to even to say that, but it's just realistic. Like I know he has the potential of doing it. Like these people, like they got grandmas, like they got people that are 70, 80 years old walking around and, targeting you and, baking cookies and shit and for their fucking grandchildren and shit. Like these people are really fucking, whacked out. And, you just, some of these people, they got that smile, that warm smile, that friendliness to them. It's all fake, and it fucks with your head. It fucks with your head to where you don't know what these people would do to you. Family members and shit. To think that your family member would do something to you, poison you, fucking anything for a price or for some blackmail bullshit, If you did it, you made a fucking mistake, fucking, it is what it is. Don't fucking target your fucking family and shit. Don't fucking target your family to hide a mistake that you made. Don't let the police con you into that. Like, why would you do that? Especially if it's your family. You couldn't have done nothing too big to make them fucking, everybody makes mistakes in life. So, you can't do nothing too big to fucking make them just turn on you like that. So why would the fuck you participate? Like, you got people forcing you, telling you gotta do this or else we're gonna fucking, like, fuck that shit. If you got something to expose about me, you're not gonna walk me on no leash with it. Just expose it. Just fucking expose it. Get that shit over with. Because I'm not gonna be on your fucking leash. There's no fucking way you're gonna be able to control me with anything that I fucking did. Nope. Hell no. Just like, that blackmail shit, if you like, just seeing that shit happen to other people, even through the movies and shit, seeing senators and shit get blackmailed and, we'll show this to your family if you don't make these certain laws pass and shit like that. There's no fucking way. Or some fucking, you have some fucking body that's fucking, got pictures of you and your wife and fucking now he wants to be your business partner and fucking if you don't fucking if you don't make me your business partner, I'ma rip your family apart. Well, you better just go ahead and fucking rip my family apart, motherfucker, because you're not gonna be walking me on no leash. Every time you fucking want something or every time you fucking get mad at me, you fucking, I'm gonna tell your family this, I'm gonna tell your family, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, you might as well get that shit done. Get it over with. Get it over with. Because I'm not gonna kill myself over it. And I'm not gonna let you walk me on no leash or nothing. Fuck that. But, I guess everybody doesn't think that way. And 9 times out of 10, anything that they're blackmailing them for, like, it's not worth targeting your family for, your friends, or it's not worth targeting anybody, but, it's more sentimental and all that shit when you get to your friends and, your family and shit, that shit hits different. Um, yeah, they couldn't, bro. They couldn't. Just, they can't. Like, sometimes, like, you'll say something back to these people. Like, they know they're harassing you. They know, like, this is what they're set out to do, is fucking harass you. And they're supposed to be the ones making you mad. But you could say some small shit. You could say some little, and sometimes, like, you'll get the right one, and you can be and you can be in their head just as well as they're in your head. Like, you can fuck with them. There's no special training. There's no special mental training when it comes down to being a perp. They tell you, don't let your fucking actions, don't let what a person says to you, or don't let what the target says to you, get to you or whatever. But there's no special training in that. You can't tell a person to not let something get to them and expect that shit to happen unless you give them some type of fucking special training. And these people, that takes special training. Like, you have to be programmed. You have to literally fucking be programmed not to feel anything. And these people aren't that sophisticated in their programming. Like, you can fucking get in their heads just as well as they get in your heads. So it's like, just seeing that, and just say a little shit. Like, if you try it, like, you could try it. Like, you say little shit, certain shit. Like, make sure that they're perping you first, though. And most likely you'll know, because they go out their way to show you. But, and just say a little something. Like, recognize something. Or, like, I used to tell them when they were perping me, like, in, like, stores and shit, like, especially the dudes that they really want to show off in front of the chicks and shit. They'll be perping, but they won't necessarily direct it at, but they'll be third party talking. And I just walk up to them, hey man, you got a sister? Damn, man, I swear I was just gonna call you I was just gonna call you Shelly, man. You look just like this girl I used to go to school with. And I say it friendly, though, like, really nice. And, for dudes, if you say some shit like that, like, more times than not, like, I've pissed my perps off, like, by saying shit like that, walking up to them. Or, like, they'll, for instance, they'll have, like, the little bald spot at the top of their head. And I'm not the type of person to make fun of people and shit, but I know I'm being targeted, so this is kind of like it's out the window that I'm picking certain things to fucking get at them about. So you walk up, you see them, and they start perping you and shit, and you be like, hey man, where you get your hair cut? Like, that's a nice haircut. And like, they literally oh, like, I literally, hey, what, you talking shit, man? You trying to talk shit? Like, like, it's certain things you can do, it's certain things you can do to piss them off, and fucking, you don't always have to be aggressive to get back at them. And, they hate that, man. They at them like that.